Now, the Millennium Science Initiative, say a bit about that.
When Jim Wolfenson was president of the World Bank and was the chair of the Institute Trustees, he wanted to see the bank have in its portfolio of development tools building capacity in science, technology, and engineering. They now call it STI, Science, Technology, and Innovation, but innovation is the current buzzword. So he approached me to see if, because the bank has an economist and they have some people who deal with environment or public health, but not really scientists, to put together a group of scientists based at the Institute to work with the bank, not in the formal way of as consultants, because he's always insisted that we don't take money from the bank. We don't get paid for them, by them, but to work with them to design and implement bank projects to build a capacity in science and engineering in developing countries. It started in Latin America with the Millennium Science Initiative in Chile, was then in Brazil and Mexico for a short time, in Venezuela, no longer. And then Jim Wolfenson's urging, moved to Africa. And that's where most of the efforts have been concentrated for the last 10 years, actually. So there was a Millennium Science Initiative in Africa, which was bank financed. And more recently, there's the initiative that Carnegie has financed, which is now in discussion with the bank to scale up tenfold. And again, I would go back to, why did I get interested in this, and where did I learn about doing stuff like this?
Yes.
It's Herb Clemens. Herb was in the Peace Corps in Chile, and he's always had a part of his life doing this. He's now the chair of the commission in the IMU on, I forgot what it's called, but it's science in developing, or math in developing countries. He's the one that I think is the main person doing the Simons Math Initiative in Africa. The RISE program is run by Arlen, whom I mentioned earlier, and Lori, her assistant, Lori Mulcair, and they work with the African scientific community as partners. They do just an extraordinary job. So it's the way that, I've learned from all of the people that were collaborators, students. When I look back, I've just borrowed stuff for the most part.